I got to go to the fair today. It was pretty fun. I couldn't go the other day when I had intended on it on the Wednesday on free admission with canned goods because I unfortunately got into a little bit of a bus crash, and that bus crash led me to have to go to the emergency room, where I ended up getting diagnosed with a motor vehicle accident, upper back pain, and a concussion. And unfortunately, that was not good. But at this point, I'd almost walked right into a cow, and now we're going to look at the maternity ward, where we got pregnant cows. I think 3 cows so far have given birth at the fair. I did not get to see a cow give birth, and honestly, even if I did, I probably wouldn't have filmed it. I don't know what the rules are on uploading that to YouTube, but these cows are pregnant. These are the baby cows. They're really cute. I love baby cows.
This one's
For those of you who don't know, my fursona is actually a cow, an adult cow, but I think cows are one of the coolest things ever. Here I'm looking at some of the ways cows give birth. This was just me learning. I'm always down to learn. I love learning. And I thought, pretty interesting that there's literally ways that we can screw it up, and we have ways to help the cows now. I always love helping the cows, helping the animals. This cow's drinking some water. Really nice cow. I like this cow. I think her name might have been Bessie. It was Bessie or Ashley, and I can't remember. And now she's drinking more water, and she's just like, I'm just looking at her like, yeah, drink that water. Good cow. Who's a good cow? Yeah, cows are one of my favorite terrestrial animals. My favorite animal of all time is the otter. And then I also love the capybara. I think the capybara is really cool. But just seeing pregnant cows, just seeing how they're cared for was pretty interesting.
Cow.
This cow's also
you're a
pregnant.
cow.
I was trying to befriend it. I was actually asking if it knew if it was a cow.
I guess not.
I don't think it did.
These sheep, they have all this hay
These
on the floor
are
and they're eating out of the
goats
bag.
of some variety. Goats are cool.
Silly sheep.
We were actually able to pet a few of these goats. I think I got to that goat never used the trampoline. He just sat on it. They got all this hay on the ground, and they're just not eating it. This is the bird exhibit. Peacocks are cool. I really like peacocks. They're Sarah's sacred bird. Then we got chickens. Just all sorts of chickens. And a lot of them ended up winning ribbons and stuff, which was really cool. I thoroughly loved seeing it because every time I look at chickens, I'm like, yeah, I know you're the same as Chicken the bird and Chicken the food, but like, you guys are cool, and like, I like looking at you guys, and yeah. I just sort of walked through the chicken area, thought the chicken area was pretty cool. This was a really nice looking chicken. This chicken right here is exactly what I think of when I think of just a prize-winning chicken. It's just got the black and the white, and just that is a beautiful chicken. That is a prize-winning chicken. That is a swan, I think, down at the below. I didn't actually see what it was. I didn't even notice it while I was filming. Even more chickens. All sorts of chickens. I genuinely didn't know that there were that many different types of chickens.
Hello.
So I actually hadn't been to the fair since
Number 1,
2016. So I used to go to the fair, like when I was a kid, we went to the fair every year. And the last time we went was the year before my grandma had a heart attack. And unfortunately, she had a heart attack in 2017. So the last year I went was 2016. So it's basically been a decade since I went. And there was a little bit of some unfortunate stuff going on today with it being 90 degrees outside. So it was hot. I don't know how the chickens dealt with it because I barely dealt with it. I don't think chickens have sweat glands. I think they. I don't actually know. This is another nice looking chicken. I thought this chicken looked cool.
Those are swans back there?
Those guys were really cool. You're about to see something real cool. Because I looked over here and this duck was just having a little bit of a bath. And I was like, that's cool. Ducky bath. And then he flaps his wings, and it's like, okay, have fun. More chickens here. One thing I really enjoy about both the fair and the zoo is that you just get to see different animals and learn about them and just see them, maybe not necessarily in their natural habitat. These are pigeons, which are domesticated birds. So pigeons have been domesticated for about 10,000 years. A lot of people don't actually know that those pigeons that you have in your neighborhoods, like in the city, they're actually not wild. They're feral.
You want to be my friend?
No, I'm not going to recommend
Can
that
we
you
be
go
friends?
and talk to the pigeons, but like a lot of the
Okay.
times the pigeons will
I guess I'll be your
become
friend.
very trusting of
Can we be
people and
friends?
will go and
No.
bond with
Can we be
people and
friends?
potentially even like
No.
there's been reports
Why don't
of
any
self-rescuing
want to be my
pigeons
friend?
where the pigeons will come to a person's house and just be like, I live here now. I'm
that
a
a guinea
pigeon. These are guinea pigs. Guinea pigs are cool. Guinea pigs are just some of the best animals I've ever seen. They're so small. Like these are full-grown guinea pigs.
I like that one. With the
This
hair.
guy over
Really
here
like
is like my
the
favorite
hair.
guinea pig fair. And then what's this down here? Bunnies. Bunnies were really cool. I got to pet a bunny.
Hi, bunny.
Which was fun. I've never actually pet a bunny before today. I've always had dogs and cats as my pets, and fish. And unfortunately, you have a dog and cat, you can't have prey animals in the house because
No, I
you'll
wish I
get
could take
very
one home, but my dog
upset.
and cat would eat them.
And also, your predators might eat them. These are baby female guinea pigs. I wanted to take one home, but I got a dog and a cat, so I couldn't. Plus, I would have had to take two home, and I don't know how I would have taken them home on the bus.
And here's the boys.
And then we got the boys over here. This one that's moving that you can see, I think he was trying to assert dominance over the herd. Somebody want a ribbon. Ribbons are cool.
I like
But
this
yeah,
one.
the best part
I
about
like
this
this
was
one.
that where I got off the bus was right by what's called the Agricultural Discovery Center, and that meant that I could go right into the cows. I could go right into the the cows, the chickens, the bunnies. This is when I'm riding the tram, and we're just kind of checking to see what's going on. Just rolling around the fair. The fair is kind of in a big parking lot, realistically. But there's so much cool stuff. A lot of people watching, a lot of just hanging out. This is when you get to like the food area, guest services, the lemonade stand. The lemonade was delicious. The lemonade was one of the most delicious things I've ever eaten or drank. I really appreciate Mercy Flight being there to show you what it's like to work on an ambulance or a Mercy Flight helicopter. I believe both of those would have been in service if they needed it. My friend and I talked about getting forklift certified, and I was like, well, I actually am forklift certified. So I got forklift certified when I went to truck driving school. These are the vendors in the artisans, and this is the best part. Capybara. I got to feed capybara. I made this into a short. I deleted the audio for here. So this capybara, I estimate, is 4 to 6 months old, just based on the size of them. I believe they're both girls, because you probably wouldn't want a boy and a girl in the same cage at a fair. One thing I really did not like about this particular enclosure is that there's no water for them and there's no real hidey holes for them. Capybaras use water as a defense mechanism. So one of the cool things about capybaras is that they will mate underwater, they will defecate and urinate underwater. This camel tried to bite me. They will basically do a lot of stuff underwater. They can hold their breath underwater for up to 5 minutes. And I think swim up to 30 kilometers per hour. So it helps them to get away from predators.
But really, what are you guys?
This is a lemur?
What are you guys?
I don't remember what this guy is, but right next to it, I was like, oh my god, it's a boomafoo. Back to the capybara. This guy, he's brave. This one's brave, kind of bold, really likes doing stuff. And the other one, there's two capybaras. The other one's kind of nervous, which is, Capybaras have different personalities. If you follow Darkwing's Wildlife, you'll know. That was me ripping off pieces of lettuce and throwing it in because I wanted them to come. Because the person running the little encounter had moved the stuff back and unfortunately scared them. And because she scared them, we had to like go ahead and get the capybaras enticed with food. Actually, looking at this, I think they're closer to 4 months old, so they're babies. The fact that they're babies is pretty cool. Unfortunately, my local zoo, their capybara passed away. She was 11, and they only had one capybara because unfortunately, she didn't get along with anybody else other than apparently tarpiers that were in her enclosure. We don't know what happened with that, but it was interesting to see. Now, the next things I didn't really get a lot of video of it because it was $3 day at the fair for food, so taste of the fair, basically. So I got a couple of different ices. I got a Fruit Loops icy. I got an orange creamsicle icy, $3 each, sample size. I got a peanut butter Oreo ice cream cone. I got some like fried kettle chips, which were really good. Not kettle corn, kettle like potato chips. Those were delicious. And then my friend really likes the noodles at one of the places in there. So she actually bought me one, and it was really nice, and I appreciated it. And it was noodles with teriyaki chicken, and it was 10 out of 10. I absolutely love it. I'm not 100. It was soba noodles with chicken teriyaki. I'm not 100% sure if it was Japanese or Chinese or Korean because it just said something wok. And obviously a lot of Southeast Asian cultures use woks, and East Asian cultures use woks because put one thing in a pot and cook it is pretty simple. And honestly, Western cultures need to do that more too. I think that would be a good thing. I really think that would be a good thing. I also, from that noodle place, it was $6, but it was worth it. Raspberry sweet tea. And they sweetened it with just a little bit of sugar. But they put raspberries in it. And the raspberries were so good. Like, they didn't put a lid on it for whatever reason. And I'm drinking. And, like, I'm tasting the raspberry. It is good. Like, the raspberry flavor. But then I taste the raspberry. And I'm like, oh, this is so good. This is so good. These guys were mean. They wouldn't let us pet them. And they kept coming up to try to get pets, but they wouldn't let us. They kept teasing us. I didn't like it.
Hello.
This guy kept trying to eat me.
You can't have...
I'd just be like, hi.
Sorry,
And that was
you
because
can't
I had
have
the
soda.
lettuce bag in
Buddy,
my...
you can't have it. It's not even good for people.
in my
Why would you want it?
armpit to try to get rid of it, which is fine. I think this is an owl, which is Athena's sacred bird. Did you know that owls actually are like 90% leg? This is where we looked at the art stuff. The Erie, the county fair has a lot of different art exhibits, and its community members submit art, and they are able to just potentially win things. This was my favorite piece. It's just a relief map, wood carved into a wood. It's just beautiful. Like, that, I think, should have potentially won Best in Show. It looks like it got a blue ribbon, which I think is number 1. But, like, overall, Best in Show is tricolor, and then gray ribbons are the ones that are, like, considered for tricolor but didn't get it. I've never done real woodworking or anything like that, but I really appreciate what people can do with woodworking because it's not easy at all. My grandma has a bunch of those gnomes. I think that looks a lot like a Tom Clark gnome, but I don't think it's exactly a Tom Clark gnome. It's just a thing that reminded me of Tom Clark. But every time I see somebody do woodwork, I'm like, this is just some of the most... All of these people are so talented. Every single one of these people is so talented. That's an owl. I just thought that looked cool because I was like, huh, that looks fun. What is it? It's a It's a backhoe. Just put it in there for an excuse to say backhoe. There was a So that's a casino. I went in there because they had a new member $10 free play. So I took that and went and used it. I lost all of it, which is fine. I lost $10 on free. This is a streetcar. I think at some point the fair had a streetcar line, but instead they've replaced it with a tram, which the tram works really well. Comes like every 15, 20 minutes, runs you around the whole fair, gets you from point A to point B. Um, Overall, I'd say my experience today at the fair was really good. I'm definitely going to go back next year. Hopefully, I'm not in as much pain as I'm in now. For those of you who don't know, I injured my back multiple times over the course of the last year, and it got really, really aggravated at the convention I ran. And I've been getting orthopedic treatment for it, which has been a lot of physical therapy, a lot of pain relief, a lot of natural remedies like magnesium, like a heating pad. But I can't use the heating pad when it's 100 degrees outside. This was me on the way out. The state police had their horses. I had to move to let somebody by. This was really cool. They turned because they were moving somewhere else. I thought that was a really cool thing. Honestly, because of the horses. I love horses. One of the people on the tram said that her dream is to ride the Clydesdales, and that is an amazing dream. To just be able to go and experience the Clydesdales would be epic. But overall, I'd say it was a 9 out of 10 today, and the only real thing that lowered it by 1 star was that it was 100 degrees outside. And I'm not going to say that that's the fair's fault. I'm going to say that that's, a bunch of other people's fault. But we're not going to get political about that. But yeah, it was frustrating to be that hot. But I had a lot of beverages with me. I drank a lot of beverages. I didn't film it, but there was a massage chair that I was considering purchasing. The problem was it was $8,000. So I didn't have the money for it. But if it weren't $8,000, I probably would have brought it home. Somehow I would have been like, can I get this delivered? And then I would have been in the massage chair. But I got to try it out for 5 minutes. And it was just one of the best feelings ever. It helped my back. I got some blood flow going to my lower back. Technically, I've not been diagnosed with sciatica, but I have sciatica-like symptoms from time to time. A couple minutes ago, I had some hip pain and some difficulty walking, but I did my PT relief stretches while I was actually filming this voiceover, which has been great. So overall, just a little bit of pain, but it was definitely worth it to be able to go see all the animals, all the art, all the really cool stuff, hang out with friends, and just have a lot of fun with the animals, with the friends, with the art, and get out of my house. For a while, I've been struggling recently with getting out of the house. There's been a few reasons for that. Some of it's financial, some of it's physical with the pain, because when I have the pain that I have, it's like, is it worth it to get out of the house to just go walk around the mall for an hour? Probably not. Is it worth it to try to go work for 8 hours? Usually, yeah. Unfortunately, I had that whole situation at that hotel I worked at for 4 days and got fired from. But that's a whole other thing. Worked there for 4 days. Technically, I don't even think I technically got fired. They never gave me paperwork. But yeah, fair, 9 out of 10. Absolutely loved it. So I recommend it. It's going till the 17th. You should go.